Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Jesus Life. I'm David Hajo, Head of IT. We do well to come your way once a month, often on the third Friday of each month to address issues. Last month's session was on allowable asset classes. If you missed that session, you may click on the link tree that's displayed on the screen to access that and all previous sessions on all our social media platforms and on the Jesus website. If you have any questions during the session, please do well to type them in the comment section and we will address them. Please share the link with your colleagues so that they can also benefit from this session. Please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. Today's session is on our USSD platform, our star 365 star 65 hash platform, the short code. And we'll try and address challenges faced by members in onboarding on this platform and in using the platform. First of all, I would like to say that our USSD platform was launched in October 2022. And in less than 1 year, the number of people registered on this platform is almost equal to the number of people registered on our CRM portal. The portal has been in existence for close to 3 years, but the USSD is barely a year and is almost equal that of the CRM. As of today, total members registered on the USSD is above 57,000. And CRM is also slightly above 57,000. So in all, we have over 100,000 people using our digital services every day. So if you are not on any of this, please try and register and use it to access your statement and other resources. The USSD platform is a very simple service to use. And so it comes with so much ease and flexibility. It is also compatible or can be used on all kinds of phones. YAM phone, Android phone, iOS. You don't need a smartphone necessarily to access the USSD platform. And also, you can access it irrespective of the network on which you are. So be it MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo, you can access the USSD platform. It is a very simple platform to use. Its simplicity notwithstanding, there are still some members that have challenges in registering on the platform. And that is understandable. So systems meant for this wide variety of members or users is bound to pose challenges to a few people. And is the reason for this session to address challenges faced by some of our members in accessing this platform. There are three main issues that we've noted that members face while trying to register on the platform. The first one is sometimes members may get the error message request field when they dial the shortcode. Others may get the error phone number not in our system. And others may get staff ID cannot be found in our system. So we will try and address all of these three so that members will know how to circumvent these errors whenever they have them. Before that, I would like to say that the shortcode, the star 365 star 65 hash, is only for members of the Jesus scheme. So if you are not a member of our scheme, you cannot register or you cannot use it. Services on the platform are services meant for members of the Jesus scheme. That is, the Tier 2 scheme for GES staff. When I say Tier 2 scheme, I mean the GES Occupational Pension Scheme, GESOS. Therefore, there are other users or other members or public sector workers that may not be able to have access to this because they are not members of our scheme. But once you are a member of our scheme, you will have access. To use the scheme, however, you need to register on the platform. To use the short code, you need to register on the platform. And the registration is a one-time process. Once you are registered, subsequent usage of the scheme does not require you to register again. For security reasons, we've tied the registration to the phone number of members that were previously given to us. So if at the time that we had your data, you had a certain phone number that you were using, that is the number we still have on file. Or if recently you've been receiving text messages from us, the number on which you receive the text message is the number we have on file. Therefore, that is the number on which you can register to use the short code. To register on the short code, all you need is your phone number, which we have on file that you have given us. You need your staff ID, which you already have, and you will need to create a PIN. The PIN is a 4-digit secret code, same as your mobile money PIN code, which secures your account on the service. And this is a code you have to create and be able to remember each time you want to use the service. If you have any questions during this session, please do well to type them in the comment section and we will address them. I entreat you also to share the link with your colleagues so that they can also benefit from this session. Also, kindly follow us on all our social media platforms so you can have access to all these resources and more. Firstly, I will talk about how to register on the short code, the *365 *65 hash. As I mentioned earlier, to register on the code, you must use the phone number that is known to us at GESOS, the number that we already have on file. So in the event you are using a 2-SIM phone, we ask that when you dial the short code, please use the number that is known to us. So if you have MTN and Vodafone in one SIM, and it is the MTN that is known to GESOS, when you dial the code, please dial it on SIM 1, which is your MTN that is known to us. So to register on the short code, you dial *365 *65 hash. Then you press send. When you send, you will receive a welcome message that is, welcome to GESOS Tier 2. Please enter your staff ID. This staff ID is already known by you, and it is the staff ID you already have on file, which is attached to the phone number of yours that we know. Hence, when you enter the staff ID, we will give you a welcome message. So you will receive the message, welcome to GESOS Tier 2. This is your first time on GESOS online service. Please select 1 to register on the online service or select 2 to cancel. So indeed, if it is your intention to register, then you press 1. Once you press 1 and send, you will be asked to create a 4-digit PIN to secure your account. As I mentioned earlier, this is a secret PIN that will secure your account, known by only you. So you enter that PIN and you send. You will then be asked again to confirm that PIN. So you retype the same PIN that you have initially entered, and then you send again. These 2 pins must be the same. Once you send them, you will receive a registration successful message. And then you will be told that you can use your staff ID and PIN to log into the GSOS online portal as well. You'll also be told that you can press 0 to go back to the main menu. So if you press 0, you'll be returned to the main menu. In the menu is the bouquet of services on the USSD platform that you can access. First one is 1. Check statement. 2. View beneficiaries. 3. Check claim status. 4. View asset allocation. 5. Change or reset PIN. 6 is info. 7 is contact. So if you want to say check your statement, you will press 1 and send. If you want to view your beneficiaries, you will press 2 and send. If you submitted a claim and you want to check the status of the claim, you will press 3 and send. If you want to view the asset allocation, you will press 4 and send. If you want to change your PIN, you will press 4 and send. 5 and send, sorry. If you want to reset your PIN also, you press 5 and send, and you have other options whether to change or to reset your PIN. If you want to view the basic info or information that we have on you, you press 6. To see our contact number on which you can call us, you press 7 and send. So if you want to check your statement, you press 1 and you are directed to a page where you have to press 1 to check your mini statement or 2 to check your summary statement. Again, let me mention that the registration process is a one-time event. Once registered, subsequent usage of the platform does not require you to register. It only requires you to dial the code and then you have access to the menu we just mentioned. However, for security reasons, if you want to access sensitive services, for instance, check your statement or view beneficiaries, you will be asked to confirm your identity by entering your PIN code that we created, the 4-digit PIN code. Hence, it is important that we remember our PIN code. Again, I will say that if you have any questions, please type them in the comment section and we will address them. Again, for your colleagues that may not already be in this section, share the link with them so they can also join. Also, follow us on all our social media platforms so you can have access to this material and many others. So our first challenge that members encounter, that is when members dial the code and they get the response, request failed. What leads to this request failed error messages? Most often, it is the network. So if you happen to get request failed, especially for those of us that may be on MTN, once you dial the code and you get request failed, please do not stop there. Immediately redial the code again. That's you dial *365*65 and you get request failed. Immediately you redial again *365*65# and send. Because you dial earlier and you got request failed and you redial, the response you get on the second will be welcome back to GSOS. Please enter your staff ID to continue. So please, at this point, enter your staff ID and send. Once you send, you will then get the chance to create a PIN where you are asked to enter a 4-digit PIN to secure your account. So you enter the 4-digit PIN, and then you send. Again, you will be asked to confirm the 4-digit PIN. So you re-enter the 4-digit PIN. Please be sure that the PIN you are entering the second time is the same as the one you entered at first. So your two PINs must match. If they do, you send. And then you will get a registration successful message. Once you're successful, you can press 0 to go back to the main menu and then go through all the menu items and select which service you want to access, whether to check your statement, view beneficiaries, check your claim status, view your info that we have on you, or get our contact number to contact us. All of that is available to you. Sometimes you may repeatedly get requests failed. As I mentioned earlier, if this is due to your network challenge or network service provider, then the advice is that once you leave the area you find yourself whilst you are getting the request field, please read down the shortcode again once you leave that area. Sometimes congestion on the network in your area could give you a request field several times. So once you leave that area, please read out the code again. Or sometimes you try and dial the code during off-peak hours, as traffic on some of the networks are so congested during peak hours that it throws out some other requests. So please, if you repeatedly get requests failed, try it during off-peak hours or when you leave the area you find yourself in. Another error or challenge faced by members is when they get the response, it appears your phone number is not registered in our system. And then you will be told that please use the phone number that ends with so we'll show you the last 3 digits, say 190, or please use the phone number that ends with 350 or 811. If you get such, what it means is that the number on which you dial the shortcode is not the number we have on file. So we are redirecting you to use the number we know. As I mentioned earlier, for security reasons, we cannot allow just anybody to use any number to dial the shortcode and register and have access, because this is limited to members of GSOPs again and tied to members' phone numbers that we have already verified and know that these numbers belong to this particular individual. Therefore, for instance, if you take your friend's phone and you dial the shortcode on your friend's phone and you enter your staff ID, you will be told that use a number that ends, then we'll show you the last 3 digits. What it means is that it's very likely that number we are showing you, its last 3 digits is your own number. And because you had dialed the shortcode on your friend's phone, but entered your own staff ID, we cannot match your friend's staff ID to your friend's phone to your staff ID. We can only match your staff ID to your phone. So we are directing you, showing you the last 3 digits of your number that we know, that go back and use that number. So please, when you get that message, read the message and see the last 3 digits of the number we are showing you. And once you have access to that phone, please read out the code on that phone instead. Sometimes it is that you are using a 2-SIM or a multiple SIM phone. Hence, though that number is in the phone you are using, that number probably is SIM 1, but when you dial, you chose SIM 2. It wouldn't work. Though they are both SIMs are in the same phone, it wouldn't work. You would have to dial using the SIM that has the number that we know. So if your number that we know is on SIM 1, make sure you are dialing on SIM 1. If your number that we know that we are showing you the last 3 digits of is on SIM 2, dial on SIM 2. Sometimes, just sometimes, you may have the last 3 digits of a number shown you and you are sure that you are dialing on that number, yet you still get a message, please use the number that ends with, say, the number that we are showing you. What could happen in such a circumstance is that the first 7 digits of that number may have some error. And so, though the ending which we are showing is the same, the first 7 is not matching what you have in your phone. So if you get such errors and you insist and you are sure that you are dialing on the number we are showing you, kindly call us. Call us on 050-151-6974. And then we will then take you through a process where we confirm your identity and then check the number to be sure that indeed the number is correct. But in the event where the number on which you have dialed is totally different from the number we are showing you, what it means is that we don't have your current number in our system. So another way, if you don't have access to that number at all, is to call us on the 050-151-6974. We will then take you through a process and identify you properly, and then update your phone number column to a number that you have now and are using. Once we are satisfied that the person calling us on the other side of the call is indeed you, through a process that will take you through, then we will update that phone number for you to the phone number that you are currently using. So then you can go ahead and register on the new number updated on your profile. Again, in the event you get an error that says phone number not registered in our system, we show you the last 3 digits of a number that we have. If you don't have access to that number, for a lot of our members, it could be a number that you previously used and no longer have access to. And so you call us and then we will update your record with your new number. For some, it could be that, yes, it is still the number, but you are dialing using the wrong SIM number because you have a multiple SIM phone. Hence, we encourage you to be sure that you are dialing on the number that we have. If all of this doesn't apply to you, and indeed is the fact that you don't have that number and you don't even know that number, please call the 050-151-6974. We will take you through a due diligence process and be sure that the records belong to you, and then we will update your number, and then you can then register with your current phone number. At this point, I will again entreat you that if you have questions, please type them in the comment section and we will address them. You can still share the link with your colleagues so they join us. Additionally, please follow us on all our social media platforms, and then you have access to all our previous trainings and videos and all other resources. Sometimes members may get the error, staff ID cannot be found in our system when they dial the short code. Staff ID cannot be found in our system when they get it. So I have a question here that I would like to address. The member says, when I try to register on the portal with the USSD, the response I get is request failed. Okay. So when you get request failed, one of the reasons might be that it is due to your network, the network on which you are. Please note that our USSD platform is a system that is connected to all the network service providers. So when you dial your code, it goes through your network that you are on before it comes into our system. So when you just dial the code and you get request failed, what it means is that your session has not even entered our system, but it ended with the network provider. So I will entreat you that when you get such, please redial again. It might be a congestion on your network. If it is not, it might be that the code you've dialed is not right. So be sure that you're dialing *365*65 and then send. If you persistently get request failed and you are sure that you've tried this during even off-peak hours and you still get request failed, please call us on 050-151-6974 and we will take you through a process to check why you persistently get request failed. But for the most part, if you get request failed, you just have to redial. It is most likely a network issue. If you get request failed after you have entered your staff ID as I mentioned earlier. Please just redial immediately. You dial first, you enter your staff ID, and you get request field. Please do not stop. Redial the code again immediately. What will happen is that because you dial first, you entered your staff ID before you got the request field. When you redial, it will then show you welcome back, because when you dial first, we had known, because you entered your staff ID, we noticed that you have dialed the code. So we will then welcome you back to continue the process from where you left off. So it will ask you again to enter your staff ID. Please remember this. First time you dial the code, it says, please enter your staff ID. You enter it. And then you send, and it says request field. Immediately read out the short code again, *365 *65, the same code, and then send. This time you will get welcome back. Remember, first it was welcome. Second time it will be welcome back. So once it says welcome back, it will ask you to enter the staff ID again. So enter the staff ID, and then you will be asked to create a PIN, confirm the PIN, and send, and your registration should be successful. Please, if you've gone through all of this and you still have challenges, kindly call us, and then we'll address your challenge. But like I said, it is that if you get request field after you have entered your staff ID, immediately redial, and then you get welcome back. But if you just dial and you did not even enter your staff ID, just at dialing the code, it says request field. What it means is that your network service provider has not even ferried that your request to our systems yet. But if you get to the point where you enter your staff ID, it means you have reached our system. So immediately it drops, please redial and continue from there. So the next one will be staff ID cannot be found in our systems. Staff ID cannot be found in our systems. If you get the error, your staff ID cannot be found in our system, please check that you've dialed the right staff ID. Sometimes it is that members have made a mistake in the staff ID, because we have your staff ID on file and your phone number. The staff ID you are dialing should match what we have in our systems. So if you make a mistake in the dialing, most likely we will tell you we don't have that. So if your staff ID, for instance, it's 85460, and you dial 85461, we will tell you that we cannot find your staff ID. So please be sure you are dialing the right staff ID. Sometimes it could be that you are sure that you are dialing the right staff ID, but you consistently keep getting staff ID does not exist or that cannot be found in our system. Once you can certify that you are dialing the right staff ID, yet you are getting that error, please call us. We will verify in our system why your staff ID cannot be found. It could be that there is a typo. So we will correct it, and then you will be able to register. So please, if you get staff ID cannot be found in our system, for the most part, it's very likely that the staff ID entered does not match what we have. So please check your staff ID and read out. But if you are sure it is your staff ID, kindly call us 050-151-6974, and we will check the staff ID we have on you on file to be sure that it is what you are entering. If there's any error, we will correct it, and then you will be able to register. Again, I will say that if you have questions, just like our colleague just did, please put it in the comment section and we will address it. Again, I'll ask that we share the link with our colleagues so that they can follow this. This video will be available on all our social platforms, so you can always refer to it and go through it for all the things that I've mentioned. You can reference it if you have any challenges. Some of the content in this may address it. If you still have challenges, kindly just call us and then we'll address your challenges. We'll check if we have any further comment and then we'll address it. So since there are no further comments, we'll say thank you for joining us, and we hope that you will join us again next month. As said earlier, we come your way every month, mostly on the third Friday of each month. So please make a date and join us on our next session. Thank you. That comment session. Thank you.
For more enquiries, reach us on 059 692 1135 or visit our website at www.gespensions.com.gh.